One of the most painful habits in life is comparison. It starts quietly. You see someone doing better, and suddenly your progress feels small. Why are they ahead? Why am I not like them? At first it feels normal, but slowly it becomes dangerous. Because comparison doesn't push you forward, it pulls you down. Today, especially with social media, this habit has become stronger. You scroll for a few minutes, and it feels like everyone is winning except you. Someone is richer, someone is smarter, someone is more talented, and without realizing it, you stop seeing yourself. You forget your strengths, you ignore your progress, you start believing you're not enough. Imagine a fish looking at a bird and thinking, I can't fly, I'm useless. That thought alone could destroy its confidence. Even though the fish can swim across an entire ocean, it feels like a failure. That's what comparison does. It makes you judge your life using someone else's abilities. And slowly, confidence turns into doubt. Doubt turns into frustration, and frustration turns into sadness. If you ever felt like, I'll never be as good as them, then this story is for you. Because this is the story of someone who felt the same way. And what he learned changed everything. But what if you're not behind, just looking in the wrong direction? In a small village lived a boy named Ethan. He was kind, he worked hard, but he had one problem. Nothing ever felt enough. He constantly compared himself to others. When Liam got the highest marks, Ethan thought, I wish I was that smart. When he saw his rich neighbor, I wish I had that life. Even in small things, if someone ran faster, he felt worse. At first, it was just thoughts. Then it became a habit. And that habit changed how he saw himself. Even when he improved, it didn't matter. Because someone else was always better. He lost focus, he stopped enjoying his work. And slowly he started believing, I will never be like them. That belief held him back more than anything else. One day, a wise old man came to the village. People called him Grandpa Joe. He was known for giving simple but powerful advice. Ethan went to him and said, I try hard, but when I see others doing better, I feel like I'll never be enough. Grandpa Joe listened carefully. Then he said, come to the oldest tree tomorrow morning. You'll find your answer there. It sounded strange, but something about it felt important. For the first time, Ethan felt hope. But how could a simple tree answer a problem that felt so deep? The next morning, Ethan went to the tree. Grandpa Joe was already there. Look around, he said. Ethan looked. There were many trees, some tall, some short, some full of fruit, some empty. Ethan said, they're all different. Grandpa Joe nodded. Now imagine, he said, if a small tree said, why am I not tall? Ethan smiled. And if a tall tree said, why don't I have fruits? Ethan laughed. That makes no sense. Exactly, Grandpa Joe said. Each tree has its own purpose. He paused. This forest is beautiful because everything is different, not the same. Ethan looked again, this time differently. No tree was trying to become another, yet all of them belonged. Then Grandpa Joe said, life is the same. Everyone has different strengths, different timing, different paths. He pointed at a fruit tree. This gives sweetness. Then at a tall tree. This gives strength. They are different, but both matter. Something clicked inside Ethan. Maybe he wasn't lacking. Maybe he was comparing the wrong things. But the biggest lesson was still coming, and it would change everything. Grandpa Joe took Ethan to a pond. Fish were swimming, not a bird was flying above. What do you see? He asked. A bird and fish, Ethan replied. Then Grandpa Joe said, what if the fish said, I wish I could fly? Ethan said, that's wrong. Fish are made to swim. Grandpa Joe smiled. Then why do you want to be someone else? Ethan went silent. That question hit hard. All this time, he was judging himself using someone else's strengths. You're not behind, Grandpa Joe said. You're just on a different path. You have strengths too. You're just not seeing them. That moment changed everything. Ethan realized the problem was never his ability. It was his mindset. From that day, he stopped comparing. Instead of asking, why am I not like them? He asked, what can I do with what I have? And things started changing. But what happens when you finally focus on yourself instead of others? Ethan started focusing on himself, step by step. No rush and no comparison. At first, progress was slow, but it was real. He improved his skills and he gained confidence. And for the first time, he felt at peace. He stopped chasing others. He started building himself. Years later, that same boy became successful, not because he was the best, but because he stayed consistent. One day, someone asked him, "How did you succeed?" Ethan smiled and said, "The moment I stopped comparing, I started growing." He added, "If a fish tries to fly, it will fail, but if it focuses on swimming, it can rule the ocean." That's the truth. You don't need to be someone else. The sun and moon don't shine together, but both matter. Your path is different, and that's your strength. The moment you accept that, everything changes. So now the question is, will you keep comparing or finally start becoming yourself?